Hi everyone and welcome back at Bet4Y TV. The Champions League and the Europa League are back this week. In our special betting show, we will provide the best tips to make the most of those opportunities. We will start with a bet of the day and a treble from our expert here at Bet4Y TV headquarters, and we will then add to our Premier League betting expert Robin Bylund, who will give us the tips and analysis for the match involving the English team in Europe and also midweek Premier League. We will then go to Italy, where our local expert Lucas Semproni will provide us with these predictions on the Spanish La Liga and Serie A teams involved in Europe. Make sure you subscribe to Bet4Y TV, as you will get access to all those exclusive tips for free and also get notifications when new videos are released. Remember that those tips will not be available on our website or on our Twitter feed. You can only find them by watching videos here at Bet4Y TV on YouTube. All you need to do to subscribe is to click in the link in the post above, and everything is completely free. Also, in the description below, you will find the links that will load the bets suggested in this video directly into your bet slip. In this way, you will save time, as you don't have to find those selections in the bookmaker sites, and also you will ensure to back our tips with the best possible odds. We have plenty to go through, so let's start immediately. First, let's provide you with a bet of the day and a treble from this for this European midweek, provided by our expert here at Bet4Y TV headquarters. The bet of the day for this midweek is the over 3.5 goals in Barcelona v PSG at 7-5. Despite both teams have had quite a slow start to their season, combined they've won 13 of the last 14 league games, scoring a staggering 32 goals and conceding only 7 in those matches. For this reason, we should expect some great entertainment on Tuesday night, even if those two teams are not at the moment at the top of their league. They've always been scoring consistently. If we look at the stats, Barcelona have scored 49 times in 22 games. 15 of those goals have come from that guy called Lionel Messi. I don't know if you know him. PSG have also in terms of goals, they are also ahead of everyone else in the League One, as they have scored 57 times in their 25 League One games this season. Of course, they have Mbappé, which is the leading goal scorer there with 16 goals to date. So goals should be once again the protagonist of this fixture, and the over 3.5 looks a very solid bet. So this is our bet of the day for this midweek. Let's now move to the treble. For the first selection, we stay on Barcelona v PSG, and we are backing Les Parisiens to be leading at half-time. Barcelona have fallen behind this season very frequently, especially in the last period. In December, they did so against Valencia, then again against Eibar a couple of weeks ago, and ultimately against Betis last week. It is starting, therefore, to become like a trend, and considering they're facing a team of the quality of PSG, there is a massive value to back the visitors to be ahead after the first 45 minutes. For the second selection, we are heading back to England, as we have picked a game from the Championship which will be played on Tuesday night. So we are backing Middlesbrough to beat Huddersfield. Those two teams have had disappointing results so far in the league, especially recently, but Huddersfield are in much worse crisis. They are winless in 2021 and crashed against the bottom of the table Wycombe last weekend. Wycombe are in a desperate situation, and they seems to be destined to relegation in League One, yet they managed to beat Huddersfield, who have now made only 2 points in the last 7 league games. So this looks a very good opportunity for Neil Warnock's men to get back on track and regain some confidence. Borough have now gone 5 games without a win, but obviously Huddersfield are in a much worse position than them, and this looks a great opportunity, especially with odds that are decent on Middlesbrough to win, considering the recent bad form. The third selection is both teams to score in Porto v Juventus. This is likely to be an open affair if we consider that Porto have scored at least once in 16 of their last 18 Champions League games. Juventus, on the other hand, have kept only 1 clean sheet in the last 5 away matches. Sergio Conceição's men have the technical ability to cause Juventus a problem or two this week, especially as they are playing at home. They have done well domestically this season and have conceded only one defeat in Europe in this campaign. Despite Juventus' defense hasn't been as solid as we all know under Pirlo, we expect the Italians to fire back. Ronaldo will be keen to make an impression now back at home, and with the quality support behind him, we see the old lady scoring at least once, making the both teams to score option particularly appealing. So our treble returns just below 12 to 1, so if you bet £10 you can get back around 128, which is very very good for a midweek bet. Now let's hear what our Premier League betting expert Robin Bylund has to suggest for this midweek. Robin will give us European tips for the teams that are involved in the Cup, but also will provide some tips for midweek Premier League action. Robin, that's over to you.
Hi everyone, it's time for more football as the Champions League is about to get underway, and we are starting in Budapest of all places, where RB Leipzig will play Liverpool on Tuesday night. And we've looked into a few specials for that game, and we've also made a combination on the Premier League games for Wednesday night, as we have Burnley against Fulham and also Everton against Manchester City in two of those games that hasn't been played and is about to be pressed into this game week as well. First of all, we start with the Champions League. It's a huge night that waits on Tuesday. It's Julian Nagelsmann against Jurgen Klopp, and it's the two big German coaches, of course, with huge reputations, both of them. Jurgen Klopp at the moment, maybe questioned for the first time ever at Liverpool. Julian Nagelsmann, he comes with 4 consecutive victories for RB Leipzig, and they will, of course, fancy their chances, probably much more than compared to when the teams were drawn against each other. We think it will be a huge game. It will be very, very big, and of course, Liverpool comes into it with 3 defeats. They have a history of doing great results in Europe. Of course, we know they were in the final in 2018. They won it in 2019, and it was a huge disappointment for them to go out in the round of 16 last year against Atletico de Madrid. So they hope to bounce back and to make Europe theirs again this season. But it will take a lot from the team. They will need a big night in Budapest. And we really think that the group of the team has come together here. They know how important this will be. It can pretty much turn their season if they get a result. And they are favorites going into this. We don't think they should be really seen as favorites, at least not to win the first game here. But we are backing, and the best bet we think there is for this game on Tuesday night is both teams to score. Liverpool, they have Mohamed Salah. They will always have a goal in them with him on the field, but also they struggle to really set up their defense at the moment. And Leipzig, they are a really strong team. So both teams to score in Budapest is a great pick. We've also looked at a few smaller options for the game. Maybe if you want some extra, maybe you want to add something or create a value in total. We think it's a really good value in looking at Thiago. He's much seen as a player that wants to play football, all those tricky feats and everything, but he's also a player that gets a lot of yellow cards. So Thiago to get a yellow card in this game is a great value. And we are also looking at over 9.5 corners. Liverpool had, I think, 12 or 13 against Leicester last weekend. And they are really good in attacking both of those teams. They have a lot of players coming down the wings. And I think there will be a lot of corners over 9.5. And you could also, if you don't just want to stick to both teams to score, maybe you should have a look at the draw as well. As mentioned, Liverpool is seen as favorites, but I think the draw has great value in it as well. So best bet, both teams to score. But if you want to add more, Thiago on the yellow card, over 9.5 corners, and a draw in total. Maybe you can combine something out of it as well. If we look at Wednesday, I think we have 2 different kind of games ahead of us. It's Burnley against Fulham, and it's Everton against Manchester City. Burnley, of course, they scored 3 against Crystal Palace, but normally it's a low-scoring team, and Fulham has been so as well. Josh Maya, a very exciting player that they have brought in the January window, scored 2 against Everton on Sunday night, but in general, these are 2 teams that haven't had their best season in terms of scoring. And I think both teams will much more look at holding their own clean sheet rather than force their way into more goal scoring themselves. So under 2.5 goals in that game. And then we switch and look at over 2.5 goals at Everton against Manchester City. Everton conceded 3 against United, 4 against Spurs, 2 against Fulham. They have a problem in defense. Maybe Jordan Pickford will be back, but no matter what, pretty much, they are not as... normally, Carlo Ancelotti, he sets up a great defensive, solid team, but they have problems at the moment. And with Manchester City pretty much scoring on everything, they will probably do some rotation, but we know how much quality they have in depth there in the squad. So over 2.5 goals in Everton Man City, combining it with under 2.5 in Burnley Fulham. That's our Wednesday combination. And of course, Tuesday is much focused on the Liverpool game. But whatever you do, good luck, and hope you have a great week.
Thank you, Robin, and let's hope we get some great results also this week. We are so confident of the work done by our experts that we always back the tips they provide weeks in and out. So far we have been correct, as we have achieved great results in the last weeks, so we all hope that this will continue. But now let's go in mainland Europe to our local Italian expert Luca Semproni, which will give us the midweek tips of the Spanish La Liga and Italian Serie A teams involved in European competitions. Luca, are you there?
Ciao Simone e un saluto a tutte le persone che ci seguono come sempre su Betting Tips for You. Finalmente ritorna la Champions League, la Coppa delle Grandi Orecchie, grandi sfide tra le migliori 16 squadre d'Europa. Oggi vi proporremo quindi una tripla per quanto riguarda la Champions e poi una scommessa singola sull'Europa League che riprende anch'essa, coppa molto interessante anche questa con tante grandi squadre. Partiamo dalla tripla di Champions League. Porto-Juve. Pronostico 2. Il Porto viene dal deludente pareggio per 2-2 col Boavista penultimo ed è a -7 dalla capolista Sporting con una partita in più, quindi potenzialmente a -10. In più si deve guardare ad un solo punto dal Braga, sorprendente in campionato, che affronterà giovedì la Roma. Il Porto viene comunque da 3 pareggi consecutivi in campionato, sembra insomma che quest'anno la squadra di Conceição sia in difficoltà. La Juve anch'essa in realtà viene da una bruttissima partita a Napoli dove ha perso per 1-0, ha giocato veramente male. Però ecco la squadra di Pirlo comunque nelle precedenti partite ci era sembrata in forma e sicuramente vorrà riscattarsi in Champions. In più ecco ha dalla parte sua Cristiano Ronaldo, re dei bomber in Champions League con 135 gol, veramente un mostro. Quindi pronostico Porto-Juve 2, visto anche il diverso tasso tecnico delle due squadre. Porto-Juve 2. Secondo pronostico è Siviglia-Borussia 1. Il Siviglia ha vinto l'ultima partita in casa con l'Huesca, con difficoltà diciamolo, perché ha vinto 1-0 con l'Huesca ultima in classifica, giocando molto male, è stata salvata dal proprio portiere. Però comunque hanno giocato molte riserve proprio in vista della Champions. È quarto ad un punto dal Barcellona e fino ad oggi ha veramente disputato un grande campionato. Il Borussia da parte sua sta andando molto male, non è servito a molto il cambio di allenatore, Terzic è subentrato a Favre, perché comunque è sesto in campionato con 33 punti, fuori dalla zona coppe e diciamo che ha buoni giocatori, su tutti Haaland, Sancho, ma anche sabato comunque veramente un 2-2 deludente in casa con l'Hoffenheim. Quindi Siviglia, Borussia, risultato 1. L'ultimo pronostico che vediamo per la tripla è Barcellona-PSG 1. Il Barcellona è terzo a 3 punti dal Real Madrid con una partita da recuperare, quindi potenzialmente secondo. Viene dal roboante 5-1 sull'Alaves e da 4 vittorie consecutive in campionato. Messi vice capocannoniere della Liga Spagnola con 15 gol, appena un gol da Suarez con 16, è secondo anche nella classifica marcatori di tutta la storia della Champions, alle spalle di Ronaldo. Quindi comunque ecco sempre un grande bomber. Per quanto riguarda invece il PSG, viene dal 2-1 sofferto con il Nizza, anche se ha ottenuto 3 successi di fila in campionato. è comunque secondo alle spalle del Lione e diciamo che Pochettino, subentrato anche lui al posto di Tuchel, non sembra aver dato quella scossa che ci si aspettava. Quindi per questo motivo vi consigliamo Barcellona PSG 1. Quindi ricapitolando, la tripla è Porto Juve 2, Siviglia Borussia 1, Barcellona PSG 1. Veniamo poi alla scommessa singola che vi dicevamo di Europa League. La scommessa singola che vi diamo è Braga-Roma 2. Partita molto bella questa, il Braga ha vinto l'ultima 1-0 ieri in trasferta ed è terzo in classifica, come vi dicevamo prima ad appena un punto dal Porto, sta disputando veramente un grande campionato. La Roma dal canto suo ieri ha ottenuto nel lunch match alle 12:30 un bellissimo risultato 3-0 all'Udinese, veramente una grande partita degli uomini di Fonseca. Terzo in classifica la Roma, e con Fonseca appunto che ritornerà in Portogallo e sicuramente vorrà ottenere una vittoria per una Roma che veramente sta disputando un bel campionato, e poi con le squadre al di sotto lei ha ottenuto comunque grandissimi risultati. Quindi vi consigliamo Braga-Roma 2. Nel ricordarvi come sempre di giocare responsabilmente, saluto tutti, auguro buon calcio a tutti e ridò a te la linea Simone.
Great work, Luca, and thanks for the tips and analysis. We will keep our fingers crossed as always. Remember that you will find all the links for those bets in the description below. By clicking on those links, you will load our bets directly in your betslip. This will save you time, make sure you get the selection correctly, and ultimately allow you to bet with the best possible odds. We always like to suggest bookmakers that have the best odds for the selection given, but remember, odds are subject to change, so always double check them before betting. Make sure you subscribe to BT4Y TV on YouTube to get access to all those exclusive tips and also get notification when new videos are released. All you need to do is to click in the link in the post above and everything is completely free. It's all for the show today. We wish you a great midweek with the European Cup and the Premier League. Good luck with your bets, but most importantly, always remember to gamble responsibly.